We're here.
Episode 161.
161.
Now we're going to trudge through the sixes.
No,
like
we're gonna
the fives.
We're gonna breeze through the 160s.
And it's never really a trudge because it's enjoyable.
No.
Even if it is like 6 weeks in between times that we do it.
We are live. It works.
I tell you what, whatever you've done with this whole video thing, with your techie
I'll tell you what it is, Jerry.
stuff.
Sometimes it's a burden.
Yeah.
But to be a genius usually has more upside than downside.
Does it though?
Yeah.
I feel like they are always burdened. Like geniuses are just always just got problems and the world is weighing on them all of the time.
It is a bit like that myself. Yeah, I do feel that at times.
Which you can see on your face. Because it's just always real droopy and
It's
sad.
called being wise beyond your years.
But the years show.
Yeah, you gotta.
So what are you beyond?
You gotta trade the wisdom for the years.
Okay, you gotta, yeah, and looks.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Now I get it.
Oh, hi, Mark. Was that Adam? I don't see a.
That's it. That is Adam.
Yep,
Yes.
he says that at work all the time. I knew that's what it was.
From the room.
Yes. Yep.
And Dirk's with us too. Hey-o, Dirk.
Hey-o.
When are you coming up?
Yeah. When are you coming up? Make the trip. Make the haul.
It's probably not ready yet.
This is not a mobile podcast. Now, we do Snarf Talk road trips.
We could make a mobile studio. That's a great idea.
Could we?
Yeah,
We're going to have to buy a whole different car.
We could travel the world. I have a camper. We can pull it with all our gear. We can make a studio inside of it. We can pull it around the United States, recording our podcast as we go, and all the national landmarks. We could be at the biggest ball of yarn.
We could.
And we could have a podcast right there.
There's that one paintball, too. Have you seen the paintball?
The world's biggest paintball?
Yeah, when you go there, you get to add a coat of paint to it, and they tally it up.
So it's not a paintball. It's a ball that people are painting.
It is a ball of paint. It's solely paint.
Okay. But it's not a... What do you mean it's solely paint? So it started with paint only?
Yes.
What applied to what?
Paint. You know how you can get like the hard stuff off of paint and ball it up?
Yeah.
That.
And then they just paint over top of it.
Yes.
Where's this at?
It's huge. It's like the size of a room now. You have to walk around it to coat it with paint. It's enormous. I don't know where it's at, but I saw it on a show once.
Interesting.
Look it up.
What other world's biggest things are there in the United States? World's biggest rocking chair. I've heard of that one.
Oh, yeah. Definitely that one. Probably world's biggest, shoes.
I think we've done this before.
World's biggest sweatshirts. World's biggest hat.
The top 25 weirdest roadside attractions in the USA. I'm 99% sure we've talked about this before, but
I don't
nobody
think we
remembers
have.
it.
I don't remember it.
Number 10, we'll start at 10, is the world's largest catsup bottle.
Oh, not regular ketchup.
Catsup.
Nobody.
And that's nearby. That's in Collinsville, Illinois. I think that's where I bought my truck.
That's not nearby then. That's down south.
Yeah, down by St. Louis, right?
Like 4 hours.
World's largest catsup bottle. So why do some people? What's the whole catsup?
I don't know.
Thing? Catsup is British, right?
This has been. Is it?
I think so.
It's literally been a question of mine for the longest time. I've never researched it by any means, but there's got to be a differentiation.
The ketchup people are the guys that got it on lock.
Oh,
because catsup is.
Is it like an ingredient thing? Or like a recipe?
You can actually call the substance by either name, as there's no difference between ketchup and catsup.
Wow.
There are two different terms for the same thing.
So it's like color and color.
Ketchup has been around for a long time. The name probably comes from ketchup or catsup, which was a pickled fish sauce popular in China. European traders loved the sauce and brought it west with them into the 17th century.
That kind of sounded like a valley girl, like catsup.
Catsup.
I want some catsup with this.
The alternative spelling of catsup was popped up in the Jonathan Swift poem in 1730.
Good old Johnny Swift.
Yeah.
He started that trucking company.
Seagull? Wasn't that the Jonathan? What was this? It's Livingston Seagull.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is far beyond my years.
There's something to do with Jonathan and a seagull. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's a poem. It's a famous poem.
Wow.
Written by American author Richard Bach.
So not the same guy.
No. No.
Okay.
Long lost cousin of Johann Sebastian.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
No, I'm trying. Oh,
That's
that was
riveting.
number 10. The cat's a bottle.
Oh, well, you can't read the poem?
Oh, the seagull poem?
No, we don't need to.
I don't think we want to do that.
Seagull. Stop it
The book
now.
tells the story. It's a book. It tells the story of Jonathan Livingston Seagull, a seagull who is bored with its daily squabbles over food. And seized by a passion for flight, he pushes himself and learns everything he can about flying. His increasing unwillingness to conform to finally results in the expulsion from the flock. Now an outcast, he continues to learn, become increasingly pleased with his abilities while leading to a peaceful and happy life.
Amazing. That
What a
sounds
thing.
amazing.
I want to read this now,
know.
don't you? I was
Honestly.
a terrible reading because I can barely.
I hate seagulls, but that one I feel like I'd love.
I feel like that's probably why it's an American classic, Jerry.
Probably.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was an American classic and why you would ever have known it.
I tried to read the book. No, not read the book.
You can't read.
There was recently an adaptation for Netflix of Watership Down, the rabbit movie, that book about rabbits.
Yes.
And so I'm like, you know what? That's a literary classic. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm going to watch this.
And I couldn't.
It's
It didn't
not
make
good.
any sense. I don't get it. And then I spent an hour trying to look online to figure out what the hell is it about. Just about
Nothing.
rabbits.
Just rabbits.
It's
I
supposed to
love
be
rabbit.
allegories for shit. I don't know.
Uh,
David
Yep.
says the National Mustard Museum in Mount Horeb, Wisconsin needs to be on the list. I've been to the.
I love mustard so much.
We went to the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum in.
You did?
Yeah.
When you were in Texas?
No, it
Or-
was in. What's the one in Tennessee?
Oh, Gatlinburg?
Yeah, Gatlinburg. That one.
You would do
I
that.
think it was that. That's where we. Saw
I
it.
would love that because I love salt and pepper.
Honestly, everybody was making fun of
But
it the whole time, and I'm like, I kind of want to go, and it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean,
Listen.
don't make a special trip.
Yeah, right. I didn't figure I needed to race down to Gatlinburg to go to the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum.
No, they got a
But
good aquarium though.
if I'm there, I would go. Just like this mustard museum. I don't get people that don't like mustard. I just don't feel like you've had the right kind.
No, that's a dumb thing to dislike.
You know, just like, okay, you don't like the classic yellow. That's fine. There are hundreds of different styles of mustard. You got to try it.
What's
man.
your favorite kind?
My favorite kind? Probably a spicy brown.
I mean, of course.
Yeah, I love a good spicy brown or honey. Honey mustard is a hot honey mustard.
Mm.
That's very good.
I don't consider that mustard. I don't consider honey mustard to be a mustard.
You can make it at home
I
with
know,
mustard.
But for some reason, it doesn't fall on the mustard continuum to me.
Yes, it does. It's literally named
I understand
mustard.
that in reality,
Come on.
it does, and I'm wrong. I'm just saying I don't consider it a mustard.
This is not a conversation of a genius, you know? Like, this shouldn't be an opinion of a self-proclaimed genius.
Well, it's just an opinion. It doesn't have to do with anything. I
thought
understand
you
that
were
it's a
smarter than
fact
this.
that honey mustard would fall on a mustard continuum. I'm just saying, for me, I don't consider it a mustard.
A lot of people consider it a dressing.
Yeah, a dressing, a dipping sauce.
So I was looking
Mustard
on-
is a condiment to be put on something.
Well,
Honey mustard, you wouldn't put honey mustard on a burger, for example.
you wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
I would.
I would dip a nugget in a honey mustard.
That's still putting it on something. You're just doing it in a different way.
Dipping it into something that's completely different.
No, it is not.
It's not the same thing. Dipping.
You've
is
never
not the same
dipped a
thing
sandwich in something?
Is applying.
You can dip sandwiches in ketchup. People do that all the time.
Dip.
That's your argument. That's the argument you have?
I put it on burner. What does that mean? Oh, I put it on a burger. Honey mustard.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's not a
A
real.
lot of
person.
people will put it on a burger.
I'll put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put my hand up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip.
Dip-a-doo.
Freak Nasty.
Yeah, that's
sings
a
that
Freak
song.
Nasty
It comes
song.
on my truck all the time
Why?
because it's on my phone.
We
Why
had,
would be the correct question for
we
that
had
one.
that. We had that conversation about phones.
Number
before.
9 is the world's tallest thermometer.
I would like to see that.
Number 8 is the world's largest basket building, owned by the Longenberger Company.
Longenberger. That is That's classic.
Number 7 is Hood milk bottle, the giant milk bottle.
Okay.
Number 6 is Lucy.
Why they got a reference that it's from the hood? You know.
It's Hood is the brand,
Oh, okay.
I guess, or
I
was
gotcha.
at some point. Lucy the elephant in Margate, New Jersey.
Lucy the elephant,
Is a big elephant.
like a real one.
No.
Oh.
A fake elephant. Number
definitely-
5 is the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. I've been there.
You have?
I've seen the Corn Palace.
What is it?
It's a big
palace.
It looks like the kind of like the Taj Mahal type architecture with like the domes.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Agrabah, but
Yeah.
it's all about corn and farming.
Okay.
It's pretty sweet.
Seems cool.
You get to explore and discover everything you need to know about corn.
It has the juice.
I was trying to think of that reference and I couldn't. Number 4 is the Cabazon dinosaurs. They're
Those
just
are
big
fake.
dinosaurs.
Those are fake. Dinosaurs didn't exist.
Number 3 is the Fremont Troll.
I have to go there. I want to see a troll.
under a bridge in Seattle.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to go to Seattle.
There's going to be other things under that bridge, Jerry.
Yeah, I guarantee you there already are.
Worse than trolls.
A lot of trolls still under there.
Number 2 is Carhenge.
Flatlanders.
It's a Stonehenge made out of old cars.
I've seen pictures of that.
Number
Yep.
1 is the Cadillac Ranch
I've heard of this as well.
in Amarillo by morning, on down to San Antone.
Yeah.
Located along Route
Got
66.
everything that I want.
So that's all you need to know about roadside attractions. But not on there at all is the yarn, the rocking chair, the Metropolis.
Oh yeah, the
Superman
Superman.
statue,
Yeah,
which is a real big letdown.
it is. Everybody just stands under and like points at his junk. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying?
You're sure that's what they're pointing at?
I'm pretty sure.
Or they're just pointing at Superman?
No, they're pointing at his junk.
Oh, okay.
Everybody stands right underneath his legs.
Another successful derailment by yours truly. That's true.
Very true, David. You did derail us onto mustard, but I mean, mustard's that's a hot and heavy topic in today's cultural
Didn't you bring
zeitgeist.
up the mustard?
No, he did.
Oh, yeah.
And I was agreeing. I did bring it up as I hate people that don't like mustard.
You shouldn't use the word hate.
It's true. I don't
Despise.
agree. Yeah, I just really despise them.
I have murderous intent toward.
I think them as lesser people.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Non-mustardites.
it's exactly what it is. Non-mustardites. What is that? An anti-dentite.
Anti-dentites.
Remember that
Yeah.
from Seinfeld? That was a show.
Anti-mustardites.
Anti-mustardites.
God.
They're the worst.
What were we talking about
Yeah.
before the roadside attractions? Where did that even come from?
Somewhere in our brains. Because you said we could go on a road trip.
Oh.
We're taking this on the road.
We're taking it on the road.
And we could see all the best roadside attractions, like the biggest ball of yarn.
Should we look up the other top? No, I'm just kidding.
We should look up another 10.
Speaking of that, before we get any further, just if you're tuning in and you want to look something to look forward to
Yes.
tonight,
Oh.
we have
So many.
spam loads of spam.
Yes. We
All
have
kinds of
spam. We got the treat.
Ooh, that's spelled wrong.
No, it's spelled right for treat. That's how you want treat to be
Did
spelled.
you get some crackers?
No. We're just eating it, man.
We got some meat.
We got this one. It's just luncheon meat.
oh boy!
And then I got
if
some.
it says Clover Valley on it, you know
I got
you're
some
not,
specialty ones. So
That's not the valley you want to be in.
this one is fancy. I mean, look at that. That's a fancy.
Hold
can.
it there for 1 second, David. research and tell us what alphabet that comes from.
What language is that? It
says Chung Won Jung,
or Chung Jung Won.
but it also says a product of Denmark.
Yeah. Then underneath in little writing, product of Denmark. So I'm not sure.
It doesn't look like. Is Denmark Dutch? Is that right? Am I saying that right?
They are the Dutch.
Okay.
But this one also says product of Denmark.
Denmark is big on the salted spreadable meats.
This is not spreadable. These are, you slice these.
Oh, those are loaves.
Yeah, these are low.
That luncheon meat isn't spreadable?
No, it's a loaf, just like Spam. And then last one, I got this one. It literally says luncheon loaf, but you can eat this one during halal, the Islamic religious thing.
It's not a time. It's a method
of cooking.
Isn't it like
right?
kosher?
It could be. Yeah, that could be right. But this one's made with beef. That's why I wanted to try this one. All the rest of them have like pork and other things ground up into little bits in it. But this one's got the beef in it, and I want the beef.
Halal is just the Arabic word for permissible. It means it doesn't have any pork in it.
This is permissible.
I'm permitting you.
Yeah, we're going to permiss.
We're going to permiss.
We're going to permiss the shit out of that one.
Adam says, I have been to Spam Fest twice. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah.
Garlic Spam is the shit.
I was looking around for more different,
Dirk said
more meats.
non-mustardidians.
Yeah, I like that. I did read it. I was looking at different meats. I couldn't get any of the specialty Spams. I was trying to order some, and I couldn't get them. But they've got like a jalapeno Spam, a bacon Spam, the garlic Spam, a pepper Spam. They got tons of different Spams, and I was trying to get a bunch of different varieties. None of them are available right now. I don't know why.
Do you want to know what the Spam Festival is called?
Spam Festival.
Spam Jam.
Of course it is. Damn it. Why couldn't I not?
It is in Austin, Minnesota, where the Hormel Food Company produces the meat.
Well, this is a Hormel product, huh?
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
They make the least offensive of subpar canned chilies.
So I don't know if this is going to be fair or not, because this one does say 25% less sodium. So now, since I don't have the original one, it could be, you got to figure they're all going to taste relatively close.
But it's all about the sodium when you're talking about canned meats.
I know. And some of these, I think it's going to be an unfair advantage.
How do you know that's a special product, or it's just saying, look, Spam has got 25% less sodium? Like now with less sodium.
It could be. Maybe that is the thing. But I have also seen just cans that say Spam. Not with the 25% less sodium.
Yeah, it doesn't say like now with 25% less. But it could just be like, listen, we always have had 25% less. You've been killing yourself, literally. And you could have been having Spam.
Yeah.
We got 25% less. Which, how often are people really advertising that they have less of something?
Unless it was already too much.
Yeah.
Right. We don't need to tell you it's less than if it was the right amount.
Yeah.
Because nobody would remove seasonings and be like, listen, found out we didn't want you to have any, you didn't want any flavor in your food. So we took it all out.
Yeah. Now with less butter.
Yeah, right.
But I guess less fat, low fat.
This literally says in the ingredients for Spam, it says pork with ham.
Okay.
Interesting. And then mechanically separated chicken. Why?
Oh, there's chicken in it.
Yeah, but why do you have to say mechanically separated?
Somebody got sued.
Does it normally have like human separated chicken?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
I wish they would.
I wish they would.
Because I want to know when something's human separated and mechanically separated.
I know.
Because guess what? I'm going for the mechanically separated every time.
Really?
Yeah.
I want human separated.
You want human separation?
Yeah. I want to know that this was worked for.
I want to be an ally in the coming robot apocalypse. So I need to support
I see that.
my mechanical separating brethren.
So you're in the whole self-checkout stuff then?
Oh, that's all I do.
Man, I hate it.
I'm actually annoyed when I don't have the option of self-checkout.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate it.
I'm not a big...
But see, listen, you're not going and grocery shopping and having a bunch of stuff in a cart and having to bag it all up yourself. You're going for one or two things. Tell the truth.
I don't do a lot of the grocery shopping in our house, but when I do, if I do get a lot of stuff, I'd still rather self-checkout. I would
Gosh, I
100%
hate
of
it.
the time, even if I had a full cart,
There's not enough room.
There's no circumstance where I would prefer a human checkout person to a self-checkout.
I love the interaction.
See, I hate it.
I love it.
You wouldn't know this about me
No, I wouldn't.
since I'm on a nationally syndicated international podcast.
Yeah. It is
International.
Yeah. Actually, we have some from Denmark. Let me pull it up. Listens, I believe, last week.
But I was saying, I don't like to talk to human beings in the outside world.
No, we got United Kingdom, Hungary, and India. Anyway. No, I know you don't. I do.
Yeah, you do.
I like having the conversation with people. I like finding out about your cats.
You like hearing about all the cats?
Yeah, or about, not yours. I'm saying, like, you're the lady that I'm talking to, the old woman that I'm talking to at the checkout that normally tells me about her cats and, her dinner preparations.
Yeah.
Maybe what nice little Saturday she's going to have.
I actually got a story about that because I am like the epitome of the people that, when you go down to the South and everybody says everything runs at a little slower pace in the South.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of the epitomes of like the people from the North that are like, seriously, come on. And one of these examples was we were in Arkansas at a little grocery store and I was checking out and the cashier, hours just sitting there talking to this person ahead of me about their cat having to go to the hospital, and they were they were buying cartloads of diapers, okay? And they get in this conversation. The diapers were for their cat.
That's strange.
They had to get from New York to the West Coast for their cat to get some highly specialized surgery involving its bowels,
Oh,
but they didn't want to fly
Goodness.
because the cat is in diapers.
yeah.
And they have to attend to this cat in diapers all the time, so they couldn't fly.
Amazing.
So
This
they
is
took
amazing.
a cross-country road trip with a cat in diapers to find a specialized cat surgeon. And this was a 45-minute long conversation in front of me. It felt like 45 minutes.
Oh,
I'm
I was
sure
going
it
to
wasn't.
say, there's no way you sat in that line for 45
No,
minutes.
but it was a long time.
It seemed like,
Hearing these people with their diapers
Yeah.
talking about their cat and taking it to the restroom breaks and changing its diapers.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I have a story as well that I'm going to get to about an interaction with a human being tonight. But first, David nailed it on the head. This is what I was going to say earlier about self-checkouts. It's not about talking or like having to go through the line. There's not enough space.
I
in a
bag it up as I
self-checkout.
go.
But then if your cart's full, you've got no place to put it.
I put them on the ground, and then when I'm done, I load them all
Oh
back into my cart, and then I go.
gosh, That is ridiculous. Then you've just got strewn about items.
Well, you can
and
get a
bags.
second cart.
I would not do that.
You could
That
load
is
it into
embarrassing.
another
That is
cart.
embarrassing. I would never do that.
You're missing out. Dirk agrees with me. I'm with Harf. No people.
No. Yeah, see, full cart empty before the bag is overflowing. Wait, full cart empty before the bag area is overflowing.
The bag area. Yeah, there is no real bag area. You set the stuff on the ground in bags.
There's no place to put anything.
And then once you get the cart half full, you can start putting the bags back into the cart. So you only have to put 3 or 4 bags on the ground.
That's not true. You got to put like
is
7
true.
bags on the ground when you're getting a lot of groceries. You really don't know how to grocery shop, do you?
I mean, I think I know how to. I've been doing it for a while.
I don't think you have.
I'm not like new to
You
it.
never buy syrup.
Um,
You literally said like I haven't bought syrup in years. Why?
I just.
Why haven't you? I buy syrup. I buy a lot of syrup when you need it.
Yeah. I did notice today our Pearl Milling company syrup.
Yeah.
It's getting a little low. Next time I go to the grocery store, I'm getting in line for that Mrs. Butterworth.
Or log cabin.
I'm going to get that Mrs. Butterworth.
You're gonna get that butter.
I'm good at getting a Butterworth.
I need to get my worth of butter.
I don't know that I've had Mrs. Butterworth. We
You
always
should.
had log cabins.
I mean, listen. Anybody that's gonna argue and be like Mrs. Butterworth, it's just full. It is. All of it is just junk syrup.
And if
right?
it's not, it's straight sugar.
yeah, that's true.
It's like,
I do love. I know we've already covered this topic, but I really do love real
what
syrup.
about Caro syrup?
Not a fan. Although I did have that the very first time I ever had that. Funny enough, on anything, like just corn syrup on anything to
Like
eat,
a muffin or something.
was at David's house, because David's dad would put corn syrup on his
Because
pancakes.
he supports United States farmers,
Yes,
Jerry.
I don't know why I
You
remember that.
support the dirty Canucks.
Oh, so much. They're so nice. Yeah,
And their maple syrup.
I don't know about how I feel about that Trudeau guy though.
Oh, no. Well, I don't
He
like
seems extreme.
Sorry, I need to shut this off. It's digging. All right.
Okay, my interaction with a human being tonight was just at Casey's right before I came here.
Great interactions there.
I'm walking. I normally have just fine. I don't know who this lady was. She had a van parked right next to me. I walked out of the Casey's, her and she had like 3 little kids with her. I got in my truck. I was like ahead of her. I got in my truck, and her kids come running out, and they literally, one of them jumped on the hood of her van. They ran next to me. You know, I was already in reverse, but I just stopped and like was watching to make sure that they got in the van. And she turned and looked in my passenger window and did flung her hands up. And she was doing this. And I rolled the window down. I was just making sure everyone's in there. She said, "Do you really need to stare at me?" I said, "I'm not staring at you. I was just making sure your kids were in the van." She said, "Well, you certainly don't need to stare at my kids." I said, "I just didn't want to run them over."
Did you really say that?
Yeah. I was like, "But I guess I'll leave now." She's like, "Yeah, you can absolutely leave."
Who was this person?
Okay. No, I don't know. I never met her in my life.
But they're from
was like-
Casey's. They must be local, right?
You know every single human being that has ever traversed into that Casey's, because nobody goes up and down 47
I'm
from
just
different
saying,
towns.
most people you see at Casey's, you have an idea who they are, right?
No, I had no idea who she was. I don't know
Okay,
this.
that's fine. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just literally saying, it's hard to believe that you might have no idea who it is.
That's true. It is hard to believe that I don't know who it is, but I don't know her. But next time, little Billy's going to be on crutches. I'll run his ankles over. You know, if that's what you want me to do.
Only that little Billy.
Only that one, not anybody else's. If I
And
see
you
her
know what?
again,
Now I'm gunning for you.
yeah. Listen, now I'm gonna run you.
Don't
I'm not,
say it.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to get banned. But I just thought that was ridiculous. I thought it was like a normal thing to do to make sure kids aren't in the way before you back up.
Right. The kids that you're not taking care of.
Right. No, I apparently just a horrible
What
human
were they
being for
buying?
staring at her and her kids.
What were they coming out of there with?
I didn't pay any attention.
Probably diabetes.
Yeah, guaranteed diabetes. I know the one kid ran in there and yelled about the 1 chip challenge. He wanted to get that when I was standing in line, because they went to the bathroom when I was standing in line.
The 1 chip challenge?
Yeah, you know those little Pocky 1 chip challenge.
No, I don't know anything about this. Tell me all about it.
Have you ever, especially being on TikTok, who are you?
I know what the Takis are.
No. Yes, Takis. Yes,
The rolled up chips.
yes.
Yeah, Mike
But
Cash
this is
gets them all
Pocky,
the time. Oh,
and-
Pocky.
And it's the 1 chip challenge. It's like a super hot chip, and you only eat the one, and you see if you can last for like 5 minutes without taking a drink.
This is something they have at Casey's?
Yes.
I want to do it. Why are we doing it?
I don't want to.
Why? It can't be that hot.
Looks like it. How have you never seen this?
I've never seen
Everybody
this
has
in
heard
my
of
entire
this.
life. No, I have no idea about it.
I'm done talking about that then. My God, who are you? What are the comments?
I don't.
Yes, David said, correct. My dad prefers corn syrup over maple syrup on pancakes, waffles, and cornbread. Dude,
Let's give it a try. Give it a try.
I had cornbread for the first time in a long time the other day.
It's the best bread.
It is so freaking good.
It's the best bread.
Why am I not eating cornbread more often?
Should eat it all the time.
And a jiffy box, you know, like you can make a pan of bread that's about yay big.
Yeah.
You know, and you can eat a third of it for like 180 calories. A third. That's a lot of bread.
I use the Jiffy cornbread to make a corn casserole. It's the best thing in the world.
Well, yeah, you have to use
Jiffy
that.
corn casserole.
But I just want just the regular bread. I don't need extra corn in it.
No.
I don't need it wetter. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's all corn casserole is.
Yeah.
It's just wetter with corn in it.
Wet
Like,
cornbread.
Yeah, it really is.
It's wet cornbread
never-
with a butter slurry.
Yeah, I've never really thought
A
about that.
corn butter slurry.
Yeah, I just like cornbread. with a lot of butter.
Cornbread with chili is a must, Sean says.
Well, of course. You've never put cornbread in chili?
Yeah, now that you say that, I've had chili at like restaurants where they give you little cornbread muffins.
My dad has always made it with chili, and my mom and dad always made it with chili every time.
I feel
every
like we
single
didn't
time.
eat a lot of cornbread as a kid.
I did.
Corn,
I was raised on the cornbread. Made me small.
cornbread, corn dogs. That'd be good.
I hated corn dogs as a kid.
That's silly.
I did, but I also wouldn't eat pizza. I think I think my brain didn't really develop until I turned 27.
Yeah, before that you were just dumb.
Mush. I just had a pile of mush in that skull.
Yeah.
I just kind of sat there like this. I don't know why. I didn't like anything.
Well,
You know what I did like?
people?
McDonald's
Oh, yeah.
and people. Yeah. But I was made fun of pretty severely for bringing McDonald's to pizza parties,
By,
David.
oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Harassed, beaten,
Maligned.
tormented. That is a better one than I thought you were going to say.
What did you think I was going to say?
The other mole
Oh.
word.
Uh,
That's a bad word.
okay.
You know what it is?
No.
Want me to? I don't want to say it.
Say it. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you can't say that.
Okay. Anyway.
Cornbread on chili, very good. I don't get it. He was unbaked cornbread.
I don't know.
Okay. What's next? Just you drinking water? Or you just waiting for me to do
I'm
things?
waiting for you.
What am I, just a monkey
Yeah.
to do things for you? You don't have any of your
You
own?
don't have like news or.
Oh, yeah, I do. I got news. Do you want to eat meat or go
Oh,
into
yeah.
news?
Let's do the spam. Let's break that up.
Wait, let's do our weekly Sober October.
Oh, yeah. Sober October Roundup. It's like 4 or 5 days left.
Uh-huh. Have you started losing any weight?
No.
Why?
I don't think so. I've not been eating well.
Why? You're choosing to do that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I wish you guys would have taken this seriously.
I've been sending you guys TikToks of the workouts I've been doing though.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Good workouts. You were lifting a log.
Yep.
Really uneven log. I don't know why you chose that
Like a
one.
piece of driftwood.
Yeah. But it was like not straight. Looked really hard to lift. And then the nunchuck skills that you've got.
Yeah. It's a great workout. I find it impresses the ladies as well.
Of course it does. You know, I do it every day. We've got these keys at work that are just like labeled for different things.
And
you know?
some of them are labeled nunchucks.
No, well, all of them are because I take all of them. Anytime I pick up one of those keys, I just hang on to the label and act like they're nunchucks.
That's a
Passes the time. You know?
it's a good weapon.
A real
If you
nunchuck
had-
would be.
If you had are they?
I think they would be.
I don't think they're like a real weapon.
They were.
Do you think they were?
Oh yeah,
I think they're just like a martial arts thing.
yeah, but the samurais or somebody used them.
Did
One of those people, ninjas, used them.
I read an article today? Not an article, but I saw a
You just read the headline
post.
and passed
A
by it.
headline, yeah,
okay.
basically. No, I saw a little bit of a video too about how people in Japan have floors still that purposefully squeak for anti-ninja purposes.
That's what it said.
No, it's for real. Like this is going back hundreds of years when like people were really.
I mean, I get
there
it.
were ninjas there and they were
Yeah.
assassinating people, and they had these devices under their floors that made them squeak, so that they were ninja proof.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, it's horrible for them.
for the ninjas.
Well, and
because
for
they
the-
can't do their job, Jerry.
Well, and for the people because of the whole ninja problem. I mean, apparently you're overrun by ninjas if you got to make squeaky floors.
Yeah. Did people really use nunchucks?
Yes, they're a real thing.
It's intended to be used as a training weapon.
To train for what?
Yeah. Were nunchucks? I need a different article. All right.
What was that? Was that article by like what?
It
Science
just
Today.
didn't have anything to do with it. Were nunchucks ever actually used in combat, or are they just primarily a Hollywood thing?
It's real.
Nobody's quite sure who invented it.
I don't care who invented it. It's real. during the.
It wasn't a popular weapon of choice until Bruce Lee brought
Mm-hmm.
it from relative obscurity.
That makes sense.
I think the answer is that nobody really knows.
I would say so. I can see where it'd be like a timing training,
I think it would be a terrible choice of weapon.
but not if you're fast like Bruce Lee. He
Yeah.
really knocks the crap out of some
Don't
people.
you think just batons would be better? You get more. Well, would you?
No,
no.
you would have way more force at the
Yeah,
end of
because
a,
you got a flying baton
yeah.
with a longer.
The tip of that would be going way faster than a baton in your hand.
Yeah, that's true. Cash got a pair of.
And you don't have the shock on any of your joints from hitting someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cash has a pair that he had from Taekwondo, but they're just like.
They
fiberglass.
gave them
Yeah.
the nunchucks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Eric said, I should listen to a full podcast, but I also really enjoy reading David Seentop's comments without context and guessing at how you got from golf to maple syrup versus corn syrup.
Wait, were we talking about golf?
I don't think we were talking about
We never
golf,
talked
but-
about golf tonight, but I do love the sport. Actually, I've been really big into PGA Tour 23.
Yeah.
I have.
And you've been golfing a lot this year, I feel like.
I've went twice. I just talked about it. I only went twice
Yeah.
the entire year. That's not good. I want to go all the time though.
Well, I only went once, so.
Yeah. Well, I've went way more than you then.
David said, Eric, I usually go back the next day and delete all my comments without context. It looks very reckless.
It's silly. He doesn't do that.
I
Eric.
hope that he doesn't do that.
I don't think you can you?
Probably.
Well, yeah, I guess if it's your comment.
If
Wait, if it's your
dog.
bull. That's a good one.
By the way, when
Classic.
we were eating dinner before we came here. I had to play. Jet said something about how they had sloppy joes for lunch.
No, they didn't. Oh, yeah, Jet. Yeah.
And so I started singing Sloppy Joe,
Slop.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, so you played the lunch lady.
So I
plan?
played that on the Google Home thing.
Yeah.
Kids loved it.
Yes.
I was super concerned because I couldn't remember like if there's any really bad words or
just
anything.
no, towards the end he just talks about, the pepperoni pizza gets married to the lunch lady, I think.
Is that not okay?
Well, then they have kids. You could bring up the question, can people have kids with pizza?
I'm not worried about that question
I
getting
don't know.
brought up.
You got to shelter kids from a lot of things nowadays.
Like,
that.
yeah, pizza relationships.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
You could get a lot of infections.
Wasn't that from Dodgeball?
What?
The pizza scene?
I don't remember it. Explain it in absolute
not do that.
detail, like the 100% detail.
No. Anyway.
All right, let's break into these meats here.
Yeah, get those meats out. Did we determine
There's-
anything on the nunchucks while you're opening the meat? I'm going to figure that
No,
out.
I don't think so. Oh, my sober October is going well. I've lost quite a bit of weight,
Oh,
and I haven't drank anything.
no.
I feel wonderful from not drinking, by the way.
Yeah.
And like to the point where I didn't realize that could happen. Like
you-
that you could feel that much better.
Do you just want to not even do the margarita thing now?
I mean,
Because I actually look at it now and I'm just like, I don't really even
what was the margarita thing?
Well, we were going to go get margaritas after Sober October.
Oh, well, I mean, I can still do that. I just don't.
This is how it all falls apart.
It is,
But
but
do
it really
you
is.
want to? Is
not,
what I'm saying.
not right now. No, not in the slightest. If you bring it up to me at the right time, maybe. But
Okay.
not right now.
Are we trying one out?
Yeah, I was just going to start opening them.
Okay, give me one. I'll open one.
Well, we got to save the beef one for later, for the last.
Oh my gosh.
I've already opened the Spam. It smells like dog food, like I always say. Dog and or cat. Wow, this one's.
Wow, that smells good.
Oh,
actually.
this is way different.
That's got the juice.
Hang
Right?
on. Okay, so Spam, look at it. It's wet. It's like wet on or glistening. You see the glistening portion?
Look at that meat.
Look at
glisten.
it. Look at that meat glisten. Now look at this one. That's just straight up fat.
That looks like salami.
But it's got like actual fat in it.
Yeah, like salami does. It has chunks of fat.
They all smell like dog food.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Which one are we doing? Let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna do the old faithful Spam first.
Did you
Oh
get-
yeah, see the spoon works, man.
Oh, good spooning. Just put one on my plate too.
Yeah, that's yours.
That's a big piece of spam.
It's not that big.
That is a significant chunk of spam.
I'll get an even bigger one.
I guess it's really not much different than the Vienna sausages.
It probably isn't.
It's got the
that
juice.
is a big chunk of spam. Oh, I don't.
That's unnecessarily large piece of spam.
I like it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's super good. I mean,
I can't tell you when I've
For
had
like-
spam last, but that is not bad.
yeah, it really is not bad. I don't know if it's like a more intense.
It tastes like ham, but with a mealier texture. I don't know.
Yeah,
We
I
say
agree.
the word mealy a lot.
I named our last episode.
Mealy quail eggs.
Mealy
If you
quail
want to
egg.
go back and listen to the quail egg debacle, boy, I would recommend that because I wouldn't recommend the eggs though.
No, I would not recommend the eggs at all. They're not good. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna score that one. I mean, honestly, out of on a loaved meat scale,
Yeah. So what's 10? Meatloaf, like fresh made meatloaf,
yeah, I
like
guess.
homemade meatloaf is the number 10
I guess that's what I.
because it's a meatloaf.
You're right. That's so weird that this would be in the same category as a meatloaf, but it is because it says loaf on all of it.
Yeah, it's not really the same as a meatloaf though because the
No.
meatloaf has like breadcrumbs and
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what 10 is, but I'm gonna rank that like a
7.6.
I'm gonna do a 7. I'm gonna do a 7-8.
Okay, 7.6. Which one is this?
This is the Clover Valley Luncheon Meat.
Okay,
So
so this is generic Dollar General.
Dollar General meat right here. Dollar General meat. Bring it on. They all
It
smell the
smells
same.
exactly the same.
Softer.
I think
More-
I like that better.
It's more bologna.
Tastes like a ground up hot dog, kind of
Yeah.
cold hot dog.
I don't like it. I don't like it better.
It's less. It's more general tasting, whereas the spam had more kick.
Yeah.
But I think I like that one better.
See, I would rather have a hot dog than this.
I spread that on a cracker.
Dude,
Put that on a cracker, dude.
I think I'd rather have the spam.
8.1.
No way.
8.1.
This is a 7-2. This is a 7-2. Just because it is kind
Wait,
of.
what did I do on the last one? 7.6. Okay,
Yeah.
7.8.
Okay, that's what I gave spam originally was 7-8.
I'm gonna give that a 7.8
Um,
because I think
Oh.
there's room for something better,
I think there is too.
but it's better than the spam.
Well, we're gonna go into the treat next.
David said fried spam on a stick was a staple at National FFA convention back in the day. They gave it away in the career show.
I don't remember that. This looks different as well. More.
Which one is this now?
This is treat.
Oh,
Get yourself
no.
some treat.
That sandwich that they got in the front of there, though, it looks.
That. I mean, looks interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it glisten?
Yep, it definitely glistens. It's got a sheen.
It's like those jewelry shows on QVC, where you got to show the diamond glistening or the.
That sandwich on the front looks pretty good, though.
It does look really good.
Looks like a ham salad sandwich of some kind.
Or it's a treat sandwich.
Is that a
It's
thing?
made with ham.
Yeah.
Oh, this is soft. This is way softer.
That is such a big spoonful.
I don't know how to do them small. You got to have the same amount of each. Okay, treat. Oh, this smells way different.
Yeah, this
This
smells
doesn't
like.
smell like dog food.
No, it smells like ham.
Yeah,
Like a smoked ham. A honey ham.
it really
It
does.
tastes like a honey baked ham. It's sweet.
Saltier. It is sweet, but that tastes way more like ham than.
That's better. That's the
Yeah.
best one so far. That sweetness.
Get that treat, boy. You got to get that treat.
I thought the RMR brand
Holy smoke.
was dog shit.
That's good.
It tastes like a deviled ham.
This is
Ham salad.
Yeah, that's very good. This is an 8-2 for me.
That's an 8-1 for me.
That's so good.
That's great. I'm going to recommend
It
that
literally
for
says
everybody's daily eating.
It literally says traditional baked ham taste.
It tastes exactly like a honey baked ham, without like the tendons.
This
and
is
the
so good.
interconnecting.
Grilled cheesy treat sandwich. That's what's on the front.
That sandwich looks amazing.
And it tells you how to make it, which, I mean, come on.
I love it.
If you can't figure out how to make that.
They should have the little plastic lids on the top so they're
I know, so you
reclosable.
could seal them up. Because I do kind of want
What
to
the
save
hell is the Armour brand doing?
I don't. Well, they're killing it in the whole spam category,
Yeah.
which is that's what's shitty to me is that people call every one of these spam like it's like Kleenex.
I wouldn't do that.
You know, like a facial tissue.
I wouldn't think to do that.
A lot of people do. They just automatically call all the loaved meats, the canned meat, as spam. You shouldn't, because this is not the front runner.
It's actually not the front runner, no.
I do have it above the luncheon meat, but
I have it in last
okay,
place.
we got the fancy one.
And what is this Chungjeong one?
This is Chungjeong one of Denmark.
Everybody have fun tonight.
Everybody
Chungjeong one tonight. What is that anyway? Wang Chung?
Wang Chung tonight.
Is that
yeah.
a dance?
Of course.
What does that look like?
Not good.
The dance of the Wang Chung.
Wow, this one.
You know, whenever I think of Wang Chung, I think of that movie that's, what is it?
Oh, that actually smells really
The
good.
Julie
Smell that.
Newmar movie with the drag queens.
Oh,
That smells like meat.
that smells rather
Like a
good.
smoked ham type thing.
Um,
Thanks for something, Julie
Yeah.
Newmar. Wang Chung. Is it Wang Chung?
I know what you're talking about, and Patrick
Tu
Swayze's
Wong
in
Fu?
it. Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for the memories.
Is that what it is?
It is, I think.
Tu
Tu Wong. This is a lot harder. This the Chungjeong one.
Thanks for everything.
Thanks for everything.
Julie Newmar. Who's Julie Newmar?
Well, you know,
One of the Newmars.
one of them.
Wow, that is a
This is.
wet meat.
It's dense. It's very dense, but it's paler. Oh, geez.
1995 road comedy, Tu Wong Fu.
This smells seasoned. Like
Yeah, it
way
does.
more seasoned.
It's got so much fat on it.
Look at how fatty and pale it is. That's what they say to me. I like that.
That is really good.
Holy cow. I don't even know.
I don't. It's
I think it does have a ham taste.
it
But
has a corned beef hash taste,
kind of. But it's not beef, it's ham.
but it tastes like corned beef, kind of.
It's just flavored. It's actually got seasoning to it, like garlic, and
Garlic powder. I can taste some garlic powder.
it just says pork, water, salt, sugar, tribasic sodium phosphate, monosodium glutamate, MSG, man.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That's what makes that
it
good.
good.
Yeah, it's the MSG. That's the umami. The umami, Chris,
I'm giving that one
in your mouth.
7.9.
No, I got
It's
it.
not as good as the Armoire.
I think it's better. It's 8.3.
I like that honey sweetness to the Armoire.
See, and I'm a savory guy.
That's savory, all right. It tastes like it's got like grill seasoning on it.
Yeah,
like
it
seasoned
does.
salt and.
So that's an 8.3. I gave the treat an 8.2.
But how? It doesn't have any
7.8.
seasonings on it. You just read the ingredients. I didn't see no.
Onion powder.
Okay, I
Yeah,
tasted
the
that.
monosodium glutamate, onion powder, flavorings.
Oh, general flavor.
So it just says flavorings.
If you add a ramen packet in there,
I'm no joke gonna save some of these
I know,
because
those are not bad.
I want to eat them.
Adam says spam and egg sandwiches are amazing. Given what we've had here tonight, it's
This
been
is-
an incredibly pleasant experience.
Very successful.
I haven't had much spam in my life, except I believe when I was a kid, my grandma might have did pan fried spam. I feel
Oh,
like I
yeah.
can't remember her doing that.
I don't know why David commented this, but he says, if you call in the next 15 minutes, you can get another can of meat free. Just pay shipping and handling.
Because you said this was like QVC.
Oh, I did. I get it now.
Spam
Okay.
fried rice. That would be good. Those are all really good.
Honestly, I think I'm going to add them to the list of things I buy at the grocery store.
This might be a wild thing to say, and it might piss some people off, some
Okay.
pig farmers off.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's all
pork.
It's all pork. I almost like that better than like eating a real ham because it's got a creamy texture.
Yeah.
to it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. I'm not a big ham guy generally.
You know, I'm not generally either.
It's the most disappointing of the holiday meats.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. Now, if it was like a pork chop, I love pork chops.
Yo, yeah.
Ribs, obviously, I love ribs.
Making some ribs tomorrow.
But ham.
Marley's
is-
gonna make them in the Instapot. She's gonna try something there.
I did that once.
It didn't work.
It's fine.
Abort.
It's just you. First of all, you can't fit very many.
No, here's the thing. Just cook them in the oven. That's what I said. On like 250
yeah.
for like, I don't know, several hours.
It's
in-
very
in
easy to do.
tinfoil.
It's very easy to do.
I know, because I've done it. It's not difficult.
It doesn't save much time with the Instant Pot.
I tried to cook them once in a crock pot. Big mistake.
That's a fail.
Do not do that. Do not cook your ribs in a crock pot.
No. So I think it's a rule for anything that's cooked in
No,
a crock pot,
but
right?
Now that you're saying that, that's great.
I
Great idea.
might do that
Oh,
with my
we
ribs
have the
next
one
time.
more meat.
Yes, we have. I know. I've been waiting for you to grab it. We got one more. This is a beef one, though. This is
That
not.
smells like it's got halal spices on it.
Oh,
Like a curry
Now-
powder. Not curry powder. That would be Indian.
my sniffer's not working too good because of this whole.
It tastes like one of the green spices.
It smells. You haven't tasted it yet, unless you licked the
It
top.
smells.
Did you lick the top? Oh, I didn't give you a glistening shot.
Yeah, dude.
See, this is a darker meat because it's beef.
That
It's the other red
smells
meat.
like Middle Eastern meat.
It should. It's Islamic.
Yeah.
I definitely got a spoonful here.
A spoonful of halal beef.
Holy smokes! Look at that beef. You can't tell how red it is in the video.
I'm
But
gonna say this is gonna be good. It looks
It's-
good. It smells good.
this smells like corned beef.
It does. It smells like corned beef.
Yeah.
Okay. Not what I was expecting.
It's way milder than I thought it was going to be.
It's
What,
very
isn't it?
mild. Very mild.
I thought it was going to have a more intense taste, but that is like corned beef.
It tastes similar to the pork, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. I'm gonna.
You just gonna indulge in a little bit more.
Well, it doesn't. No, this is by far.
No, it does taste like corned beef.
This is by far the best one.
Give me another shot of that. What was my number 1 and 2?
The treat was your number one,
And this was my number 2.
and this was your number two.
Oh, I didn't
but
rank the beef yet. Did you?
I did not. I would. I'll do the beef.
Can they match other rankings?
Sure. I mean, then you just tie them, I guess.
7, 8.
I was gonna do a 7-9 to not tie because I think it is better than the Spam. I like it better because
Yeah.
it's got more flavor. Like it has something different in it than just like a one note thing. It's not too salty at all. This is probably the least salty of all of them, the corned beef one.
Oh, I did 7.6 on Spam, 7.8 on the Clover.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna.
I gave this one like a 7-1. But to be honest, all of these are really good scores when it comes to poverty meats.
Which one was this again?
That's the high end one, the Chongqing one.
yeah.
That's so good.
That's great.
I know. It's silly how good this thing is. And I knew it. Normally, you don't want to judge them by their label, right?
It's kind of got an Asian Denmark feel to it.
It definitely has an Asian Denmark feel.
An Asian Dutch. thing
Believe
going
me.
on.
Guys, believe me. If anybody knows about Asian Denmark feels, it's Chris and I.
Yeah.
Snarf
It has
talk.
an Asian flair to it, though. Flavor of some
I
kind,
know.
right? like a soy.
Look at the little
sauce
sprig
kinda.
of rosemary sitting on top. It has no rosemary in it, as far as I know, but it's in the picture and it's beautiful.
It doesn't beat the treat though.
Yes, it does.
It don't beat the treat.
That's silly. Let me have the treat. Let me add the treat.
You
again.
can't beat that treat. That is a delicious honey baked ham right there.
It really is.
It's
That's
got a nice
crazy.
demi glaze on it.
It does beat the treat for me, but that is definitely a solid second. Treat is so good.
It's amazing how good.
Oh my gosh.
Really, the three of those are. I could leave the Spam and the other one in the dust. Those three, the beef, the
Yeah.
halal beef, the
Yes.
treat, and the
So these two.
Dutch, the chung,
Oh goodness.
the Wang Chung.
Oh, I just like did something on my computer.
Is it okay?
I think so.
Do you need a towel?
No, there's no real juice in this. It's just congealed fat. But these two are the losers right now. The luncheon meat and the original Spam. They're still very good, but honestly, no. There are others that are better than that.
Sorry. You know what's gonna come of? You know what's gonna come of this for me?
What?
I've never in my life really bought on my own a can of loaved meat, but it's going to become a staple in my cabinet from now on. I will eat that on crackers,
I really would too.
like for a meal.
Yeah. I really would eat that stuff.
Or that sandwich with the cheese and the toast.
The cheesy, it's the treat. What they call it? Grilled cheesy treat sandwich.
I'm into that.
I would be too.
Yeah.
It sounds very good, and I think we should make them.
David said, "Can we plus it up?"
You have to plus it up.
I like how that guy always makes like little mini sandwiches.
Well, he does it because he doesn't want to waste,
Yeah.
and he's doing it for a video. So if he doesn't like it, you don't want to have this giant sandwich that you're just going to throw away.
You know what that reminds me of?
Your days in Martha's Vineyard.
No, similar though.
Yeah.
Finger sandwiches. Those little like.
Yep.
I've only been to a couple events in my life that had those.
Pate.
Yeah. But those
It's like that, right?
No, they're little mini sandwiches.
I know, but don't they normally put pate on those little sandwiches?
Probably.
Isn't pate just like the meat that, like deviled ham?
I don't know. How do you even spell pate?
Pate.
Pattee. That ain't right. Nope. Patee.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, there is another word. I can't
Pate.
find the definition.
Of pate? I'm pretty sure it's like a liver meat or something.
Like a liverwurst. Somebody
I
tell
don't
us.
know. You've got a little treat in your beard. On your right side. There you go.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat your beard.
David said, "Spamware just ruined your computer."
Ah, classic.
Real pate is made with organ meat. That's what I thought. I thought it was like
Yeah,
duck
it's like-
organ.
Well, it could be.
I think it was. I thought it was
No,
for a duck.
you're thinking of that is something else. What is
Foie gras.
foie gras?
That's
Those-
goose. That's
No,
goose.
that's
It's goose liver.
that was duck liver.
Goose. 100% sure.
I'm looking that up. I don't believe you.
David said 3 pounds of ribs, a block of cream cheese. Now he's speaking my language.
Yeah.
2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. I got that. A ranch packet. It's called crack ribs, and it sucks as bad as the rest of Crackpot recipes I see.
Listen,
Does that really suck though?
it doesn't. I don't feel like it sucks.
I think he made that all up.
Foie
In fact,
gras.
I'm sure that he made that all
Yes.
up.
Foie gras is a specialty food product made of the liver of a duck or goose.
Ooh,
we
we're
win.
both right.
Yeah, that's a rarity. According to French law, foie gras is defined as the liver of a duck or goose,
And it's like you can't get it everywhere here. It's illegal in some states.
which seems
It's illegal
silly.
in California.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So is everything except
Is
for.
foie gras illegal in Chicago? Let's find out.
I think I'm just going to sit here and eat loaved meats.
Chicago banned foie gras in 2006. but the ordinance was repealed 2 years later. That's when they force feed the geese corn, fatten them up really fast, and then they eat their liver. That's what foie gras is.
Really?
Mhm.
Sounds great.
They like hook them up to a spigot and like shove corn
in
slurry
them. Yeah.
into them 24/7.
So it's
That's why
kind of like
it's illegal. Some people think it's animal abuse.
So it's kind of like veal.
Veal aren't force fed a
But they're-
slurry of corn down their throat.
No, but they are hung in slings.
What does that mean?
They don't let them walk.
Oh yeah, to keep them tender.
Yeah.
I'm all for
So
it.
you know, that's kind of a thing
I'm all
that
for
people
it.
might have a problem with.
I made that up to sound disgusting, and you couldn't even tell. That's how disgusting most crockpot recipes are. I will say, I other
Listen.
than a dip, I've never put cream cheese in a crockpot for any dish.
When you dip, we dip.
Freak nasty style.
I knew it.
Freak nasty makes you wanna dance. I don't know how it goes.
To a crockpot dip.
Um,
I don't think they're disgusting.
Crockpots or
Just crockpot meals in general.
I mean, they do tend to all taste the same.
Absolutely.
Almost everything you cook.
I'm not saying it's great
Like
food.
you can cook a roast beef, right?
Yeah.
And you can cook a lasagna in a crockpot.
Same
Both things you can do.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they're at least going to taste a little bit similar. Isn't that true?
What's true about it is that every single person that eats it will be like, this came from a crockpot. That's
true too.
That's what you know. It doesn't necessarily taste the same, but everybody knows it came from a crockpot.
But
As
it does
soon as you
kind
eat
of
it.
also taste the same. It's like the crock pot itself imparts a flavor.
It oozes something into
Something's
the
being
food.
oozed
Yeah.
or fused through the melding process.
Infused into the smelting. I believe it's like smelting.
So it's smelted.
It's like putting, you know how you put multiple metals together? You just put a bunch of food together in one pot and it smelts.
It's like Damascus lasagna.
Yeah. But you're not folding.
Not folding.
No, that's where you fold layers of steel on top of each other. This is just smelting, where it just all melts together.
And you can't do
Because
that.
it legitimately just melts together. That's really what happens in a crock pot. Even the meat.
The meat just
Listen.
jellifies almost.
One thing I want to say about people that cook any kind of meat in a crock pot, don't tell me that it's juicy. Like, you put 6 chicken breasts in a crock pot and it's cooked 8 hours all day. It's not juicy. It's just wet. Like, it's still dried up chicken breast.
No, it's juicy because it doesn't lose
no,
the
no.
moisture.
Yes, it does. It loses everything.
It's
It's
sealed.
not
But it comes
juicy.
back in. It's like marinating in its own juices.
No, it's constantly boiling. It doesn't ever have time to cool off. It's just constantly staying hot and hot and hot and hot. It is not juicy. It's wet meat that is still tough and gross.
Delicious.
But I'll eat it because it is good. Like, I don't have a problem with crock pots. I would much rather throw things in a crock pot, leave, come back, and just spoon out that slurry and eat it
Yeah.
with a lot of creams and ranch packets. And
I'm going to be honest. I kind of am with the more you're talking, the less I'm interested in eating anything out of a crock pot. And I'm kind of agreeing with David because now that I'm really thinking back over my life,
oh yeah,
there really hasn't been anything that I've eaten out of a crock pot that I've enjoyed, although other than dips.
that you like bang on the counter and you're like, that was good.
I can't think of one thing.
Yeah, nothing.
And no crock pot meal that has ever. It's always just been like what you're saying. Huh, that's food.
Yep. That has done what I need it to do.
Yeah.
And it made me not hungry anymore. Although you can have you can put a pot roast in there that is okay. As long as if you like sear it off and everything
Yeah,
first
it's
and put
just
it in there.
okay.
Like for like Italian beef,
Just okay.
it's just like, that's okay. That's good. You know, like I like that.
But you never eat that much of it. You're just like, you have like 4 or 5 forkfuls and you're like, mm-hmm.
Great. It's like,
So it's a weight loss tool.
and then you're like Captain Crunch.
Yeah. Dirk said Jerry is right. You're making dry chicken that's wet in a crock pot.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sad, really, What have we dumbed ourselves down to?
Is it really any different than cooking it in a clay pot in your oven? A Romertoff?
Yes.
Why? That's a Dutch oven.
So
what's the difference
yeah,
in
like
a Dutch oven versus a crock pot?
Because you're braising it differently.
Are you?
Yes, you take
it's
it out.
sitting in its juices, roasting in a pot.
Not for 8 to 10 hours.
You can cook stuff all day in a Dutch oven.
But you don't chicken.
Yes, people do.
No, not the same way. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different.
I don't think so.
It is. Have you ever had succulent, wonderful chicken breasts out of a crock pot? Well, and most people don't do chicken breasts in anything anyways, but they do it in crock pots.
I wouldn't do that.
A lot of people.
I wouldn't do that to you, Jerry.
90% of
Give me the
the
chicken
housewives
thigh.
and housemen or anybody that is cooking in your household is throwing frozen chicken breasts into a crock pot.
Sarah says, yes, they do. Pam Brockman does, but I don't know what she's, because there's a delay, so now I don't know what that's in reference to.
I think putting chicken breasts in,
Oh, okay.
I think.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, either way. I don't know. Chicken sucks, but I like it.
Got a chicken producer.
Listen, I've been
You're
in love
allowed
with
your
chickens.
opinions.
I've been in love with chickens forever. I had little banny chickens growing up, and I showed them in the fair. Showed pigeons too. Used to race pigeons. Had chickens just a couple years ago. They're fun. Okay. It's not like It's not like treat.
She said she was referring to the oven, saying she probably does cook chickens in the Dutch oven.
Oh yeah. No, I was saying chicken breasts in general.
Okay.
But a whole chicken you can cook in a Dutch
Dirk
oven
said
very well.
chicken is to be fried or smoked with barbecue. Oh, she did say up there, whole Brockman birds in the oven 4 hours. Boom.
Yes, but it's not just sitting in a wet.
Yeah, it's in a Dutch oven.
It's not sitting covered in sauce the whole time. They're not cooking it that way.
Okay.
I'm telling you. If they make it like this, I'll eat it. This is the gold standard of meat to me now. It's better than a ribeye. It's a joke. That was a joke.
It's pretty good.
I don't like it. I like it a lot. Gosh, the flavor. Just intense. It packs a punch. It's better than the treat. I think that and the treat are on two different levels.
Two different things completely.
They really are.
Not resembling each other.
Yeah. That's like a pork loin that is cooked well with seasoning. This is a ham.
Yeah, a honey baked ham.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
I can feel the sodium.
No joke, this is a huge win. This was better than the Mountain Dew. This is better than the eggs.
Oh, boy, yes.
This is better than the sausages.
For sure. Way better. None of those things I would ever eat again.
Right. I kind of agree.
I'm just got converted
To
for the
buy-
rest of my life. I'm going to have those in my cabinet. Varying different ones of them.
I want to so bad cook it in a pan like I've seen people do.
Absolutely.
I'm a believer now. Anyway, I guess we'll move on. That was our...
David said a big problem with cheap crock pot is temperature control. Low is not a temperature, but mine has temperatures on it. I got a real one.
Well, that's
The
good,
digital.
but there is the low and high. So the only difference between low and high isn't, like he's saying, it's not temperature. It gets to the same temperature. It's just the amount of time it takes to
But
get to
mine
that.
has, you can put a temperature in.
Yeah, yours is way better. He's saying normal standard crock pots have 4 to 6, 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Like you can move it. That's just how long it takes to get to the high temperature. But no matter what, it will get to that high temperature, like whatever it's supposed to be at. 250, 275, 300, whatever they're set at for their highest temperature. They'll all get there. Low takes longer, so it's, a longer cooking period.
Yeah, I'm braising at 250 in my Le Creuset
Le Creuset.
is a controlled temp. I don't know what that means, so Le.
It's a type of pan. It's a type of crock.
Okay.
It's like a Dutch oven. I think it's a brand.
Le Cuisse is it's just a pot, right?
Yeah, it's a brand of pot.
Oh, Marley has one of those. That's the only thing she cooks in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a big, heavy ceramic pot.
Yeah, she's fancy.
I don't know if it's ceramic or cast iron or what it is, but it's like glazed on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She cooks everything in it.
That's nice. That's
awesome.
good.
Anyway, you got any news?
Yeah, I got some. Let's see. Big news on the DC front.
Oh.
My favorite of the comic books companies.
A distinguished competition.
Detective Comics. If you didn't know. Anyway, James Gunn and producer Peter Safran, which I didn't look up what movies he's produced. Apparently a lot of them for DC. They have been named the new heads of the DC studio. That's for all film, TV, and animation. And it's not called DCEU anymore.
What is it?
It's just DCU. Just DC Universe. It's all together. That's comic books and everything. Is all in one universe.
Nice.
But James Gunn said he's still gonna like direct films and be involved with like the filmmaking
Well,
process.
he's making Suicide Squad 2, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. But I think that's awesome.
And he made Peacemaker.
I think him being ahead of the DC studios, I don't know. I have really good feelings about what DC is going to do in the future.
Well, the only two decent DC movies
Have been by James Gunn.
Well, I mean, I was considering the Batman too.
Oh yeah, that too. That's Matt Reeves.
Yeah, but I just meant, I guess I was talking about Suicide Squad. I said since then, like, because that.
Since he's been involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was involved in the studio at that point, but I would assume.
I don't know. I would assume the talkings were
ongoing.
Starting when that.
The
was
only
going
downside
on,
of this is that just means less James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy.
no more.
Well, he's making one more. It comes out next year.
It's already
trilogy.
finished with it, though. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like he's not involved with any other makings whatsoever. And actually, Kevin Feige came out because everybody immediately went to him to get a comment on what they thought about James Gunn being involved with DC, and he literally said, "I'll be the first one in line for the next DC movie that he's involved with because I'm a huge fan of him. We love him, there's no ill content."
And then turned around and said, "That
yeah. That asshole stole my idea.
Didn't they fire him for an old tweet?" Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
that's
he
why
was.
he went to DC in the first place to do Suicide Squad. Is because Marvel fired him because of a joke tweet from 20 years ago.
You're right.
And the entire cast of Guardians of the Galaxy said, "If
They put out a petition like
they're
big
like,
time.
we're
not
done if he's done," and they brought him back.
And that's how Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was made, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's crazy. I forgot about that. That was
No,
a
I
big
think
ordeal.
I think it was after too.
There hasn't been anything after 2.
I know, but this next one.
No, it was before that. It
Was?
was before 2. It was in between 1 and 2.
Okay, maybe I don't remember.
Because they made the movie then.
Yeah,
Because they weren't going to make the movie until he was involved, and then they finally made the movie. Either way, that's insane. I forgot about. Yeah, no wonder he left. I would too.
Yeah.
Maybe. Unless it was my only job.
But I'm into it. I mean, here's the thing. You never know. Like, I've liked everything James Gunn has done, but it also, you never know if it's going to become the Taika Waititi effect.
Right.
Like, we all loved some of the stuff he was doing, and then as it goes on now, everybody's just kind of getting like,
He got just way too much into himself.
all right, dude.
Way too much
Back
into
this
himself.
down a little bit.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I don't think it will be. I think James Gunn's been around a little bit longer than old Taika, hasn't he?
For sure.
So he's done a lot of things. On to the next little bit of news, which is about another movie. But James Cameron, I think this is kind of funny. And also, just this isn't going to happen. But James Cameron says that Avatar 4 and 5 will only happen if Avatar 2 and 3 make money. Yeah, James. Very insightful. You know the Avatar 2 and 3 are going to make money.
I don't know.
Regardless of what happens, 2 and 3 will definitely make money. 4 and 5 If 2 and 3 aren't good, 4 and 5 won't.
So you don't think that movie has lost its audience?
It's
over
gonna.
the years?
It'll gain a whole new audience. They still have the audience from the original movie. I know it came out in like 2009, but they still have that audience. And it can only be better for the visuals now.
Yeah,
when
for
you're
sure.
talking about being 13 years later,
Well, and he's just brings with him massive star power.
Right.
I mean, anything he does has been a hit, right? Has he ever done anything that wasn't?
I'm sure he's done something right.
Yeah, like Terminator.
No, I like that. That's a good one. Titanic sucked.
Sunk.
Yeah, sunk at the box office and in my heart.
Spoilers. It's only the #1 grossing movie of all time.
But it's made up.
What do you mean it's made up?
That's
I
the
thought,
joke.
I
That's
thought
the
you had
joke.
some real insight there.
No, that's the joke. He even got the stars right.
I haven't seen
In the
that
sky.
movie probably since 1996, and I kind of am curious to rewatch it now. Is it good? Is it bad? Does it hold up?
I don't know. I know Billy Zane was a real bitch.
Billy Zane was a bitch.
I have this irrational hatred for Billy Zane, or discontent.
When did that movie come out? Titanic.
95? 95, I think.
We should have been ranking Jim Cameron movies. I call him Jim. He's
You do.
funny.
You got to.
1997.
First name basis with Jim.
1997.
It was 97?
Yep.
I remember Andrew Burkhart, friend of mine, back in the day, went to the movie theater to watch that, and he came back to school telling me about boobs.
Like you'd never heard about him before?
No, just like he got to see him in a movie. And I was like, how'd you get to go? He said, my parents took me. He's like, we actually went twice. He went twice to see that movie in the theaters.
Oh,
like,
boy.
In back-to-back days.
That's a little much.
And we were in fifth grade, fifth or sixth grade. No, fifth grade, 97. That's the year my brother got married.
I'd have been in 8th grade, so that tracks, right?
Yeah, fifth grade. And, yeah, it was a big deal. He told me about the car scene.
Car scene?
Yeah, they're doing it in that car in like the bottom in the holds
Oh, I don't remember
when they're
that.
running around from the security guards.
I do remember that now.
because the Billy Zane guy was wanting to know where his fiance was. Well, she's cheating on you. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal. Leave her alone. Obviously, he's wrong.
It's staggering how much you remember about this movie.
You don't remember that?
No, I
Oh,
didn't
my
even
gosh.
know there was a. I don't think I could
He's just
tell
a
you
rich-
anything about that movie other than him drawing her
Listen,
and
he's
it
like a
sinking.
stowaway almost. He's like this poor guy, you know. What's his name? DiCaprio. Is he still? What's he doing? Is he still making movies nowadays?
Yep.
Okay. Leo DiCaprio. He's like this little bum guy, you know, with the Irishman eating potatoes on the bad decks. And then he brings down this like rich girl to where the real people are, you know, and they dance and they swing around. There's that one scene where they're just holding arms out like this and swinging around. Worst scene of the movie because you get really dizzy.
Wow.
You don't remember any of that, huh?
None of this.
Oh yeah, and then there's guys in the corner like slapping,
Having a real hoedown?
Yeah, but it's like an Irish thing.
Is he
A lot of
Irish?
Irishmen. No, there's a lot of Irishmen on that deck. I don't know why.
Is Leo DiCaprio American?
Yeah, well, I think so.
And she's
They spoke English.
American?
No, she's got an accent from one of the lands over there.
Okay, so she's coming to America and he's going to England? Why is he in England?
I don't know. I don't remember why he's in England. I don't remember that much.
Was the boat coming from England to
yes,
America?
it was going to New York.
Okay.
You don't know about the Titanic? You
I
know
don't-
this really happened, right?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know,
okay.
though, all the details. Okay.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
why is there an poor American in Europe?
Listen, opening, exterior, first shot, side of the Titanic. I'm just gonna go scene by scene.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know why he's
I
there.
want to
I
know
don't
how
remember.
a poor New Yorker gets to London.
Jack was working.
He was on the boat working?
No, he was on like the docks.
In England?
Yeah. I don't know how, but he was there.
I don't get it.
I think he got loaded with one of the cars.
Oh, is
No,
that true?
no, but I think he got a ticket from like a buddy or something.
How did Jack
Maybe in like a craps, shooting craps with a buddy, and he won the tickets.
He was an artist. He was able to board the ship only after winning tickets in a lucky game of poker
Aha.
against two Swedish men
Poker.
with tickets and playing with his friend Fabrizio.
Which comes on. That's the guy I was talking about that was like slapping away during the hoedown.
Okay,
Fabrizio.
why was he in Southampton, England? That's what I want to know.
He's an artist.
He's just a wayward soul.
You gotta follow the
Turk
art.
said
You
he
gotta
was
follow-
looking for blood diamonds.
You're following where the
Is
art
that true?
goes.
Was he looking for blood diamonds? In England?
He's also in a movie called Blood Diamond.
Oh, that's
He's
a
just-
good movie.
He's tying two together.
Completely forgot about that.
You didn't even know it existed.
Just until now. But I have seen it. It's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's with the same guy that's in
Leonardo
Gladiator.
DiCaprio.
Well, yeah, but then the other guy with him is in Gladiator.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No,
Russell Crowe.
his like best bud, the one that put the maggots in his cut.
Hugh Jackman.
No, wasn't even in that movie. No, the guy that put the maggots in his cut, and he tells him not to touch it. He's like, they will clean it. And then they,
This isn't Gladiator?
yeah, he's got like a real African name.
Oh, Djimon
Yep,
Hounsou?
yep. See,
Okay.
he's a great actor. Been in a lot of things.
He's in the Titanic?
Blood Diamond. Yeah, you're tracking. You're tracking.
All right, we
Good.
got it.
You're keeping up.
Got it.
Anyway, James Cameron isn't going to make 4 and 5 until he knows those make money. Silly. Very insightful, James. Thank you. I have another little piece of news if you want to hear it.
Yeah, let's go.
Do you know a guy named Damon Lindelof?
Lost.
Lost, Star Trek,
His career.
Watchmen, Tomorrowland, and your favorite, Cowboys and Aliens.
He did Tomorrowland?
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
it is a great movie.
Super underrated. Was a huge bomb.
Is incredibly underrated, but it is just a shot to the heart of enjoyment.
Yeah.
I love it.
And actually, what was
They have a whole Tomorrowland in Disney, don't they?
Yeah, but it's a real old kind of shit. It's like the shittiest part.
Oh, so that was like before the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Tomorrowland was like one of the
Why-
original.
You're looking at me as if I'm crazy for not knowing Tomorrowland, and you're asking me about the Titanic going to New York? Come on.
Tomorrowland is one of the original worlds of Disney World. Tomorrowland, Adventureland,
Interesting.
Frontierland, and Fantasyland.
That's what you live in. Fantasyland.
But Tomorrowland has Space Mountain.
So Damon Lindelof, I don't care about Disney.
What's the other movie though? Right before that,
What?
that Damon Lindelof did.
I said Star Trek, Lost, Watchmen, Tomorrowland, and then I said your favorite, Cowboys and Aliens.
That's what I was gonna say. That's not a bad movie either.
I remember you saying you liked it a lot,
Yeah,
which blows me away.
I don't like it a lot, but it's not bad.
No, you literally said one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my entire life, Cowboys and Aliens, because you have this irrational love, like undying, unfettering love for Ryan Reynolds.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Isn't he the other cowboy?
Honestly, I barely remember that movie too. I don't really
Oh.
remember that much about it.
You have a tattoo.
John Favreau
You have a tattoo of it on your
on my neck. I do. I got a neck tattoo of it.
around your right nipple.
If I ever get a tattoo, it will be of
Cowboys and Aliens.
now. Just
I
'cause
hope
he
it
did that.
is.
Yeah.
I hope. I mean, this will never happen, but if it does, wow.
Who was that? Hugh Jackman? Was he in that?
No.
Russell Crowe?
No. I mean, you can easily look it up. You have a thinking machine in front of you.
Oh, it's Daniel Craig, I think.
Oh,
Yes, it was. It was James Bond.
I think you're right. It might be Daniel Craig.
It is, absolutely. Harrison Ford, Daniel Craig, Olivia Wilde, Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell's in everything.
He's such a great guy.
Paul Dano, he's in it.
He's in that?
Yeah, we're going to rewatch that movie. Snarf Talk Homework. We used to do that all the time.
We did.
Wasn't
I
that-
never used to watch the movies, though. There was like 2 of them I never watched, at least.
You're terrible.
Like The Color Purple. I never saw that.
Dark Man, we did, right?
Yeah.
and we were supposed to do
We did
The
Dark-
Shadow, but you never watched it. Me and Dude
No,
did.
wait. Which one is the Billy Zane one with the purple costume?
The Phantom.
Okay, I watched The Phantom. I didn't
So
watch
did
The
I.
Shadow. Darkman I did watch with the big nose. Yeah, it was only The Shadow. That's the only one I didn't
Snarf
watch.
Talk homework for next week.
Cowboys and Aliens. Done. Call it done. Anyway, Damon Lindelof.
But you know
get-
what the Cowboys and Aliens
He's a big name.
had me thinking about for a second. The other day I saw a clip because I know that's a huge fail, like a bomb. It's like a
Yeah.
box office bomb.
Yeah.
Another one they talk about all the time is John Carter.
Yeah, being a huge flop.
bomb.
It was a huge flop.
Cash found it the other day on Disney Plus. He's like, I want to watch this. So we watched the trailer. The trailer looks amazing for John Carter. I know I saw it at the time, but I have no memory of it.
You
Now
like it a lot. You've talked about it before on this show multiple times.
I think I remember saying it wasn't as bad as everybody said it
with
was.
E. Fry. E. Fry talks about how she loves it too, and you got right on board, and you're like, yeah, because you just kind of tag along with what everyone else
I
likes.
guess I don't really remember the specifics of it. I just remember that I liked it.
I've never seen it. Never seen it.
We're gonna rewatch that too.
My brother-in-law's reading the books. He was the last time he was home.
I heard they're good.
They're huge, but yes, I've heard they are also good.
Anyway,
Damon Lindelof apparently is making a standalone Star Wars movie.
is everybody?
I think so. Continue the Skywalker saga, but it could bring back familiar characters from the sequel trilogies. So from all three of the sequel trilogies, he's going to bring back characters from them, not Skywalker related. Though.
So what
So
of the sequel trilogy? What characters would you like to see more of? That's a legitimate question. I'm not disparaging them because I do believe that there is something good to be taken out of those movies. There are good points. There are fun points to those movies. Force Awakens is good.
I'm trying to think of like offshoot characters that I even paid attention to in those movies other than the main characters.
I mean, Rose, she was the best.
I mean, Rose got a bad deal there, you know.
She did.
I think so. She was a decent character in the first one, but then after that, they just kind of wrote her off.
No, Rose was the center storyline of the whole woke horse planet place, casino planet thing. Remember that?
They did bring her back for that, didn't they?
I don't really. Oh, man.
Man, that's hard to remember, but I remember a big controversy with her outside of the show because she was getting like hazed on social media.
Yeah, because
And she got rid of all of her social media accounts because people were like giving her a lot of crap.
anyway, they went to that casino planet for
Yeah,
no
yeah.
reason in that movie, and they made this whole statement against like
The
capitalism again,
horse,
basically.
Yeah. Yep, they really did. Kind of forgot about that. And then rode the horses on
Did
the
they?
beach,
Yeah.
and then they ended up still getting captured because they were set up.
So Damon Lindelof could bring that character back.
He could bring a lot of them back. I don't know. It's a good question that you've asked, but I honestly don't know of a character. I bet you BB-8's in it.
You know, I was thinking about that. I mean, I enjoyed aspects of all those movies, but I have no interest in any of them. The characters. Now that we're
I
talking
know.
about it,
I don't think I do
need
either.
to follow up with them. I don't need
Do you
to see
think
what
you
they're
do
doing
like
now.
a Finn?
I have no interest in Finn and didn't have any
I-
interest in him through the whole entire movies.
Me either.
Because he was always just surprised all the time.
Really?
What? What's going on?
You're right. He really was very surprised.
He's always shocked. Something
Now-
chaotic was happening at all moments.
Now, Kerry Russell and the one guy, the Oscar Isaac character, I would watch those.
Carrie Russell, what was she?
She was the person that helped them on the third planet, you know, when you're like the MacGuffins of following around and holding the little knife
Well,
up.
I
And
still don't remember her character in that.
remember when they first got to the planet, she's like, I hate you and I'm going to kill you. And then they're like, we're in love. Here, take this coin and you can get away and I'll stay here.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, how did
the worst?
How did you all of a sudden flip so fast?
It's
to
the
just
worst plot. in the history
give
of
everything
mankind.
up. So honestly, though, I would like to see a backstory of those two people, like growing up and why she hates him. Why? I that's about
Do you
it.
really care?
But
though?
those are the only two people that I can think of in my brain right now that have a trace of something that I want to see.
like Chewbacca is in the first
I don't even
movie.
remember Oscar Isaac's character's name, but he was the best part.
Poe Dameron.
Poe, yeah. I would watch a show about Poe Dameron.
Yeah, he was a good character.
Yeah.
Chewbacca was in like half of the first movie, and I'm still more interested in him than anybody in
This was
all
my
three of
favorite
those
line.
movies. It's the best part of the movie.
When he was standing there, he's like,
I will say, I don't think Kylo Ren was a terrible character.
I like Kylo
He
Ren.
was an interesting character.
I like Kylo Ren. I would agree, but they're not going to. I mean,
I don't think old Daisy Ridley was too bad either. I maybe see some more of her. What was her?
but she's part of the Skywalker saga, and
What's
that's
her
not
character's name now? I don't even remember because that's how little.
Rey?
Rey. That's right.
Yeah. Rey Palpatine.
What's her last name?
I just said it.
But that's not a real last name.
It is.
I don't think so.
She's a Palpatine.
Well, she's descended from the Palpatines, but her parents must have had another name, right?
Shagorsky. Ray Shagorsky.
There's
She
like-
likes the Pola sausage. They ended up sending her to the mines. Give me a nice Pola sausage and kraut before I go to work, Ma.
Why?
Nothing? You got nothing to add?
Why is Ray like a 50-year-old Polish guy from
Because
Chicago?
that's what you are when you're a Shagorsky.
I mean,
Everybody knows
You
that.
could have been her dad.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray, get over here.
Ray, get over here. I got a Polish sausage on the roller. I bought a new roller
I
for
got
the
a-
sausages.
I got some beer.
I got a good. Hey, St. Patty's Day coming up. Green beer. How about that, huh? Chicago River turned green.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, kid, we're going to have to drop you off on that planet down there.
Yeah. Hey,
We
you
got to
got-
go. Me and your ma got to go for a little spin.
Listen, we're gonna go downtown Chicago, watch the Green River. You're gonna have to scrap. You're gonna have to scrap for us.
That's should have been the plot of the movie.
Listen, kid, you're gonna scrap today.
You're going to go scrapping. Me and your ma, we got a place. We got a rented a little apartment.
Listen, I got a bear claw with my name on it downtown.
Gotta go.
Okay, tomorrow morning I'm eating a bear claw. Tonight I'm getting drunk. Might touch your mom if she lets me.
Tomorrow lunch, smoked meats.
I got a whole good bag of treat. We're gonna have a time this weekend, huh? Right, Kate? Huh, Kate?
That's
she
her
heard.
mom's name?
Yeah,
Kate?
she heard me.
She heard me.
She's from the Ukraine village over there.
The Ukraine village.
Yeah, I heard they got a problem.
Anyway,
So David Lindelof.
David Lindelof, you haven't even finished the story. So he's writing
That's
a
all.
standalone story. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's
With the
it.
characters. That would be the characters to bring from the trilogy into the new movie. If they had like Mike and Kate Jaworski,
George.
Ray's adopted parents. We picked her up at the fire department.
Engine number 9 had her on the street.
She got put her to them safe haven
Listen,
babies.
good guys at that fire department, okay?
That's a good. They had Italian
Good guys there.
Italian beef cooking on the crock pot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Bill, best beef in the town. Okay.
That's right.
Bill cooks the best beef. Got called out. God rest his soul. Died in that fire in 98. I don't know why that was so funny. I'm sorry if that offended anybody that died in a fire in 98. But that's my favorite thing in the world to do, is talk like that.
Oh my god.
So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna. I'll watch whatever he makes because Damon makes good movies.
I don't think they're gonna make that movie though. Unfortunately.
I don't either. Did you ever watch that show Jack Ryan
I did.
with
Chris.
John Krasinski? Damn it.
How did you go?
I don't know. It was the next thing up on my news. But it is John Krasinski. Old John Krasinski is Jack Ryan. season 3 had a trailer come out. It looked really good. That's all I was gonna say.
It does.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it, but the show's good. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I was trying to say.
I really love that show, and it's been. When did season 2 come out? Like 2020?
I don't even know. I feel like it was during COVID.
Yeah.
It probably just didn't. Yeah, it's probably just finally getting recorded and put out now.
Dang, that really got set back, didn't it?
Yeah. So I've heard the Terminal List is a good Jack Ryan-esque show. The
I
Chris
thought you started
Pratt
watching
one.
that.
I started watching the first episode.
I only saw the first episode, and I'd said this once before. I hated the very last scene of the first episode. I know people are loving that or have loved that show. It's got really good reviews. I was just like, ugh, I don't need that.
Yeah. I don't remember that at all.
Oh.
Like the end of the
Do I
episode.
need to spoil it?
No, don't spoil it. I'll watch it. But
It's nothing like,
Jack Ryan
Out
I
of
really
the-
liked because it's like a spy.
yeah, espionage, thriller.
And I
Suspense.
feel like John Krasinski is a good addition
He's
because
so good.
first of all, he's great, but he's like the perfect guy for being able to play like a nerdy spy type, but also he looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Like-
He's just got a big frame.
He's
Yeah,
just a big guy.
he's very tall.
Well, I don't know. I've never met him in person, but
He wasn't that big in the office, but he's big now.
he slouched.
What was I going to say about the Fantastic Four?
He is in it.
No, they have never said he was going to be cast in that. He was in it in that one movie. What movie was that?
The Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, Doctor Strange. But after that, there's no record of him playing it anymore.
But it's coming. They've announced the movie.
But he's not in it.
Well, they don't. It's from like 2026.
He's not in it.
He's definitely not in it.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
It's kind of a slap in the face, if you ask me.
How quickly he was erased.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Should I be tracking this?
It's Alanis Morissette.
Oh, she's good.
She go down on you in a theater.
Listen. Ooh, is that part of the song?
Yeah.
Or did that happen?
It's part
Was
of
she
the song.
caught?
Dave Coulier.
Listen. Oh, yeah. That's not what
Cut
that song
it
is.
out, Jerry.
She's a Canadian, and you were saying you didn't like Canadians.
That's true. No, actually, I do like Canadians.
Oh.
East Coast Canadians.
You know, real risky for the time when she had that long hair and she was naked on a subway
Yeah.
for that one,
I forgot about that.
for that music.
Was
thing.
it You Ought to Know?
I don't remember.
Did she sing that?
Yeah.
I always get confused by
She did.
her and that Meredith Brooks. There was a real angry woman vibe.
I'd call it
going on
angsty.
in the mid 90s.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was along with the punk vibe.
A little, yeah, maybe a little before it.
It definitely wasn't. Or I was thinking grunge, not punk.
Grungy.
Grunge
yeah, at
vibe.
the tail end of the grunge.
Yeah, tail end of the grunge.
That was Meredith Brooks, I believe.
I don't remember her.
I'm a band, I'm a lover,
You know-
I'm a child, I'm a mother.
You know what I've heard?
What?
She was a bitch. I've heard.
I don't know.
Listen,
but
ugh, I hate saying
through the
it.
grapevine. I wonder what she's up to these days.
Bitching.
Yeah, she didn't have a good reputation, I heard.
No. I mean, she told everybody. She put it on Front Street. I don't know what you were expecting.
Said she was a sinner.
Yeah. She's a child and a mother.
And a sinner.
Unbelievable.
What are we talking about? John Krasinski.
Yeah, season 3. That's coming. It just looked good. I think you guys should watch the trailer because it's good. Here's the one I wanted to get. Well, here's one of two things I wanted to get to. We were already talking about Matt Reeves. He made a movie called The Batman. Turns out, the scuttlebutt. Okay,
Yeah.
news on the street. I got a guy. Justin Trudeau. That's not that. That's not my guy. He's got 3 spin-offs he's going to do from that movie. 3 different spin-offs.
Really?
Yeah. He's going to do Arkham Asylum, a show.
Okay.
These are all going to be supposedly through Warner Brothers and HBO Max. So he's going to have an Arkham Asylum show.
So is it going to be based off the Grant Morrison comic book Arkham Asylum?
I don't know.
Should be.
Listen, I got my ear on the street, okay?
Gotcha.
They just haven't told me yet. Another show that's Gotham City Police Department focused. That's all they got.
Like Gotham.
Kind of like Gotham. Seems like a Gotham show.
They were making another show, I believe, at one point called Gotham PD. So maybe this is that.
It could be. He's doing that. But then finally, he's got another one, The Penguin, a series. With Colin Farrell coming back to reprise his role as the Penguin.
I like that because that is a gangster story. That's basically you could make a.
I really like that.
You could make The Godfather.
That's what it would basically be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be a hit.
Do you think they'll use the Godfather theme song? Because I love that song.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Who owns the Godfather?
Warner Brothers, probably.
Mario.
I don't know.
Mario Puzo.
Who's that guy?
He's the guy who wrote it, right?
It is? I don't know. I don't know who wrote that. Oh. I don't know. I don't know who wrote that shit.
I don't know who wrote that Godfather shit.
I don't know that gabagoo.
Mario Puzo. Boom. I'm right. A novel by Mario Puzo. And then it was made into a movie by Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, I knew the Coppolas did that.
you did.
Did you know Nick Cage is a Coppola?
I did. Yeah.
Nick Coppola?
He named himself after Luke Cage.
Correct. Because he hates his uncle. It's not true. I made that up.
Oh. Eric said, I'm pretty sure she's the sabotaged love interest.
Wait, Saboteur? Who is?
In Parent Trap. See, this is the problem with... wasn't Meredith Brooks the Dennis Quaid's fiance in The Parent Trap?
She was? She made an acting debut? As a child and a mother?
And a bitch.
And a sinner and a bitch? Some bitch sinner lady?
I need to find this out now. Which Parent Trap? Like the Lindsay Lohan one?
I don't know. Is that the one with Dennis Quaid?
I have no idea.
Listen, I know this is controversial, and I've said it before on the podcast. Dennis Quaid is a better Doc Holliday.
Dennis Quaid is a national treasure. He's one of our best actors. And he never attained the level of like a Harrison Ford, even though...
He didn't.
I always kind of thought of him as a poor man's Harrison Ford. He's like the Harrison Ford
I've never thought of this
knockoff.
before, but you're right.
He's Harrison Ford light.
He is.
But he's great. And
Some Walmart version of Harrison Ford. A great value.
Listen, there's this
Sam's
one
Club.
movie with Dennis Quaid
Sam's Choice.
from 1987. Everybody needs to watch it, including you.
Okay.
And it's called Inner Space. And it's one of the best
I've
movies
heard
of
of
all
it.
time.
I think you've talked about it before.
Yes.
I'm sure you have.
Dennis Quaid,
We've covered a lot of
Meg
ground.
Ryan, Martin Short.
Him and Meg Ryan were in a lot of movies together.
He gets
I think.
miniaturized and goes inside of a person. That's what it's about.
And he gets stuck.
It's like the Magic School Bus.
And then he starts taking over the guy's brain. You already talked about it.
Dennis
like
Quaid.
they talk to each other, right? The person he's in and him?
No. I don't think so.
Or he controls him or something? You talked about this show before.
No, he
This
doesn't
movie.
control him. It's just like...
What, so it's just him stuck in an artery?
It's him traveling around inside of a human body.
And the guy in the body doesn't know anything
It's
about
a documentary, actually.
it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dramatic retelling.
Dramatic retelling. Some names were changed.
Dennis Quaid. Okay. Meredith Brooks, I don't believe that you're correct. I don't think she was ever in a movie.
Really dumb comment, Eric. Can't believe you did that.
The character's name. Oh, Meredith Brooks was the character's name in the parent. How in the world would you remember that? And was it the Lindsay Lohan version?
I mean, Parent Trap's a big deal. You know, it made some waves across the country. Multiple iterations of trapping parents.
The Parent Trap 1998 is the one with Dennis Quaid.
Wait,
And Lindsay Lohan. That's the one. Dennis Quaid's in it.
is that? I don't even know what this movie is.
1998.
What's the one where they swap?
That's the one. The Parent Trap. That's the one they swap.
That's weird.
Okay, wait.
I heard a joke not too long ago that it was like in Parent, they don't give you the real version in Parent Trap because when you come home as your mom, and then like Dennis Quaid comes home and he's like, "Tonight's the night." It's like Wednesday.
Yeah. What's your point?
But if you're like they swap bodies.
No, you're on the whole wrong track.
Oh, well, what's that? There is a movie where the mom and the daughter swap bodies.
Listen, we're not talking about that movie. We're talking about The Parent Trap.
Oh.
They're identical twins. They get separated at birth. This is the weirdest plot for a movie. This is a real children's movie. Okay, been remade several times. The Parent Trap is about a set of twins.
That's sad. They get separated.
They didn't get separated. Their parents were married. They had identical twin girls, and then they got divorced. And the dad took the one, and the mom took the other one, and never had any contact with each other.
What?
I believe that is the plot of The Parent Trap.
That seems so unhealthy.
The girls meet at a summer camp. One's rich, one's poor, but like country poor, like the charmed life.
Yes.
And they decide to switch, and then they try to trap their parents into meeting.
Falling in love again. And they do.
No, they didn't know each other. So how did these girls end up?
They were put up for adoption.
They were put up for
They
adoption.
had to have been.
That's what it was.
Their actual mother didn't love them.
Oh, and it doesn't even matter because Eric looked it up, and the character's name is Meredith Blake. So all of this was for naught. David also said that's Freaky Friday when they switch bodies.
Oh, yeah, that's freaky, all right. It's like I'm saying. You know what I mean, right?
And
What
there's
I'm talking
another
about?
one, 13 going on 30 with Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
That's a
where
body switch.
it is a body swap.
There's also a body swap one with Jason Bateman and somebody. It's a comedy.
You're right. I know what you're talking about. You know who else is a national treasure? Jason
Bateman. Teen Wolf 2.
Yeah, yes.
The best.
It's really good. It's not better than the Michael J. Fox one.
No, of course not.
Obviously.
My buddy Potter sent me a Teen Wolf Halloween costume, and it's awesome.
What?
And because when we were in college, we were like obsessed.
Do you have it?
No, I didn't get it. No, he sent me a picture of it. Like, you should order this.
I thought you meant he really sent you the actual costume. I'm like,
if he sent me that costume, I would wear it. And I don't even wear costumes.
you can't
but I
fit
would
in
wear
it now.
that one.
I would have to have it. You'd have to give it to me so I could.
You
wear
should get that. It's got the basketball outfit and everything, like
I
the
really
basketball uniform and
it.
everything.
Think I should.
Yeah.
I want this, and I'm gonna have to surf on your.
Are you
van.
that big of a Teen Wolf fan? Because I was a gigantic fan.
I was.
In college, we watched it constantly.
I love Teen Wolf.
The change-up was Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. One was a married family man. One was a player. And they changed bodies.
Jason Bateman was obviously the player.
No.
Oh, okay.
But Parent Swap. Somebody tell me in the comments. Okay, Eric said, sounds like I need to come on as a guest explainer. And David said, you have the plot all wrong.
Who's got what plot wrong?
David said, my dog is named after the housekeeper in The Parent Trap, Chessie. So
Why?
you named her after, or they just share a name. That's different, right?
That it's very different.
Okay. So I have the plot wrong, clearly. So they're identical twin girls who get adopted. They're orphans. They must be orphans, right?
Yeah, I would assume.
And then they're each adopted separately one by Dennis Quaid and the other one by Meredith Brooks.
Yeah. Roger Blake.
Yeah.
He was a murderer.
Or Meredith Blake.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they go to summer camp and they meet and they decide that they need their parents
To trap each other.
to get married so they can be sisters.
So they set up bear traps.
They set up a series of traps.
They both lose their legs, and then they bond over amputeeship.
They actually get sewn together. So one loses the left leg, one loses the right.
And they always win the potato sack race.
Of course, because they only really have two legs. They just sewed their torsos together.
But they're so in tune with each other
Yeah.
that they obviously win everything because
Mhm.
they can walk really well with two legs.
The parent human centipede trap. That's what it is.
It's an incredible love story
It always comes
of
back.
survival.
It always comes back to the
The
human
girls
centipede.
died, though.
That's
Yeah, car
it.
accident. But the heart always wins,
The parents stayed together.
if you know what I mean.
They replaced them. They had a beautiful set of their own
Apparently,
twins.
you just
Identical.
can keep adopting. So that's what they did the first time.
Yeah.
It's kind of tragic, but it does help for orphans.
Eric, you don't need to come on as a guest explainer. You can just simply explain the plot to us.
I mean, I just told you the movie.
I think we made a better one.
Yeah.
If you put The Rock in it somewhere, I don't.
Yeah, he's the babysitter. He
Yes.
already did that once, didn't he? No, that was Vin Diesel.
The Tooth Fairy?
Thought he was like the babysitter or something.
The Pacifier?
That's the Tooth Fairy and the Pacifier are both Vin Diesel, aren't they?
I don't know. The Tooth Fairy's The Rock, right?
No, I don't think so. Hey, we're at an hour and 50. You want to talk about like what we're watching? Oh, wait, I got one more thing.
The Tooth Fairy is The
Nobody's
Rock.
going to care.
The Pacifier is Vin Diesel.
But you know what? I do care, and I think you'll care.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in 2023, Disney Plus will have all of Doctor Who on it.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this. I don't know anything about it. I hope that you know about
Do you
it.
think that's cool? What I just said?
This is relevant to the conversation.
Do you think that's cool?
It's cool, and it's
Yeah.
relevant to what I'm about to
It was cool, right? I thought that was cool too. All right, what do
First
you
of all,
got?
before we get into that, I need to read the comments. Both Lohan characters are rich. Dad owns a vineyard in California, and Mom is a
Martha's.
famous fashion designer in England.
Mm-hmm.
They were married but divorced, and each took a kid.
That's exactly what you said.
That is so
Except for you said one of
horrible.
them was poor.
Dad is about to get married to bitch Meredith Brooks, but they swap and go back to each other's homes to get their parents back together. They use maternal grandfather and father's housekeeper Chessie to pull it all off. Mom and Dad end up together. Bitch Meredith goes away. Housekeeper Chessie and British butler end up falling in love as well. Chessie was named after Chessie because she takes care of our twins, and we got Chessie when the girls were babies.
They
So
really
they're-
have like a deep
They're really into this
connection
movie.
with Parent Trap.
Okay, I want to bring up something about this movie then.
It's amazing.
The dad takes a twin, the mom takes a twin. They move to different continents, and they don't
They
tell.
didn't move to continents.
One was in England, and one was in California.
Oh, I thought you said East Coast.
Listen, they didn't tell that they had
The
a twin
kids, yeah,
sister.
that they had a twin sister. They didn't even know.
Did they tell the kid that they had a father? Did the father tell the kid that
No.
they had a mother? Did
Immaculate
they say their
conception.
spouses were dead or something?
I don't know. You would figure they, especially by the time that movie takes place, the girls are well old enough to ask, like, "Where's my mommy? Where's my daddy? Who fertilized this egg?"
This is mind-blowing that anybody would okay this type of a story.
They did a lot of things back in the day.
We must have something wrong, right? They must have
What do you
known
mean?
it. Did they? They must have known him. But I thought the whole point
No,
of this was that they accidentally find out that there's somebody that looks exactly like them. Then they find out they're twins. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even remember ever seeing this movie. I don't think I have.
I don't think I've seen it either, but I've seen the old one from the 80s.
You remember that old movie called Beethoven? That was good.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Anyway, Doctor Who coming to Disney Plus got me seeing something today, and I don't think I shared it, but I saw something on social media. Didn't have time to look into it, so I hope that you did.
What about Doctor Who? They got a new Who.
David
Doctor.
Tennant is back
No.
as the Doctor.
No, he's not.
They showed what I was watching was all of these people.
There might have been a glimpse of him during the transition. So, like when the woman, I'm sorry, I can't remember her name.
Jodie
Whittaker. Yeah, she was pretty good. During her transition, like as she leaves the Doctor, I think they go through like a time hop and they show multiple Doctors, and David Tennant was involved with that. I know he did come back.
No, you're wrong. David Tennant, who played the 10th Doctor, will return for this trio of 2023 specials alongside Catherine
Oh.
Tate, who played his companion Donna Noble. He is back. It's probably for like the Christmas special.
Yeah, it's just for a special. But there is a new Doctor.
Sunday night's 90-minute airing of Jodie Whittaker's swan song as the 13th Doctor in Doctor Who, The Power of the Doctor. What is the date on this? 2 days ago. This just happened. Provided some audible gasps and cheers in millions of living rooms as Whittaker unexpectedly regenerated into David Tennant.
Whoa.
Nobody could have expected her to morph into Doctor Who's fan favorite Time Lord, as the manifestation is a crafty tease at next year's big 60th anniversary bash for Doctor Who.
Matt Smith better be involved.
I believe he is. But they showed this in a bar in England. This is why I'm bringing it up.
Oh.
A bar in England that's as big as any sports bar you've seen in the United States, where people will go to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But they were watching this Doctor Who special on a Jumbotron. And when that happens, I watched a video of it. Everybody goes crazy in this bar.
Really?
And I'm like, the fact that they have bars that exist in England where people are going to watch the Doctor Who special, not to go watch the English Premier League freaking championship, which I'm sure they also do that too. But point being, that's a world I want to live in.
That's exactly where I want to live, is with those people.
Yes.
That's amazing that happened. I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to watch that show. But the problem is it is really hard to get Doctor Who here.
It's on BBC.
I don't have
it was
satellite.
all streaming on something. It was either on Netflix or HBO or one of the two had
it's definitely
all the
not
seasons.
Netflix.
One of them has all the seasons.
Well, it's all going to Disney now.
Awesome.
In 23, which I think is great because I'm
going to binge right through that stuff.
I don't remember it being on anything streaming.
It has been. I think it was on HBO.
I don't know about that. I don't know if you're right. I think you're wrong. That was my last little bit of news. Do you want to do a little bit of... We don't have time to go over the season finale of House of Dragons.
Damn it. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have time. We only have 3 minutes left.
The ridiculousness of it.
I know. There's a lot of ridiculousness.
No, not the season finale. I actually loved the season finale.
Yeah.
The ridiculousness of the episode before, where Rhaenys Targaryen breaks through with the dragon and doesn't burn him.
We talked about that.
Oh, I do have a point to bring up about House of Dragons. I don't care if we don't have enough time.
Okay.
I read what's widely considered now one of the best scenes in television history.
What?
Comes from House of Dragons. It's the one that they're 100% sure what's his name is going to win the Emmy for. It's the last episode before where Viserys is aged and is.
Yes.
He comes up to the Iron Throne. That scene
yes.
they're saying is really great.
And then he stands up and proclaims that.
And he drops his crown, and Damon, Matt Smith, grabs his crown, kneels down, and puts it on his head, and has like a real moment there.
Yeah. Yes.
100% improv by Matt Smith.
Really?
He improv'd the scene.
That man.
He is breaking new grounds with this show. I think
really
he's
is.
really the best part of the show.
With the least dialogue out of any of the main characters. He very rarely speaks.
And when I first saw him in this show, I thought this isn't going to work because he was a goofy doctor.
I completely agree. I thought he looked goofy in the beginning of the show.
He looked goofy. He did. Well, his hair was goofy.
Yes, in the beginning of the show, I thought it looked goofy, and I was like, it isn't going to work. Boy, does he work in that character. He's so good. And I did want to talk about the one scene with him in the season finale where he was like getting really mad.
It's great.
Awesome scene.
I love
the
season
so
finale.
much there. He's doing so much in that scene without basically any dialogue because there's like layer after layer of him having issues. Like he's having issues with
mental issues.
I want to be king, but you're going to be queen. I'm also mad because I didn't know about anything you just told me. Lots of things going on.
Lots of good things. I will say, though, the second time they took the lazy way out with the writing, and whole plot points are going to be driven by misunderstandings or accidents.
Well, that's in the book.
Not the same way, and this is what we'll talk about. In the book, it's not an accident.
Correct. You're right.
So now
I know
the whole plot of the show is driven by a misunderstanding accident type situation.
Well, that one, though, I don't really think it matters.
No. I mean, it does, though.
I mean, if he did it on purpose or it was an accident, it still drives the same thing.
That's the point, though. He should have done it on purpose. That is a reasonable thing. But to base
that you can't control the dragons. But they have that in Game of Thrones as well, where what's her name can't control her dragons.
Yeah. Well, anyway, David says you are confusing the rich, poor, long-lost twin at Camp Plot with the straight-to-VHS movie starring the Olsen twins and Kirstie Alley called It Takes Two. I've seen that movie more than I've seen Parent Trap, for sure. Olsen twins play Amanda and Alyssa. Amanda lives in an orphanage with her caretaker, Christy Alley. Alyssa lives in a mansion next to summer camp. Alyssa's dad is about to get married to a blonde bitch. Blah, 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 blah. I remember that movie. I've not seen it that long ago. It's really bad.
Dad falls for Kirstie Alley. They all lived happily ever after.
Vic said there's a free app I use a lot called Real Good that you type in the title of a show and it shows you what service it's streaming.
Vic, I was going to say at first I thought this was going to be a joke about some sort of like
Bitcoin?
No, about like an adult service.
Oh, I don't know about those. What? Tell me, what does that mean?
That's for men.
It's a little sexist.
Why?
Why? Why is it for men only?
So that's what the joke I thought Vic was going to tell.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Oh.
You asked. I'm just telling you.
He's not trolling today. He just said.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll talk more about House of Dragons next week and Andor, which continues.
I'm glad you could join us at the end, Vic.
Yeah.
But we're done. I guess.
With the potted meats, not potted meats,
loaved meats.
We went for the
for
Chungjung one, a product of Denmark. Chungjung one.
Yeah.
And treat.
And this one's good.
And the beef.
This is really good. The beef's really good. It's like a corned beef. It's good.
That's it.
That's all we got
on Snarf Talk. I've been Chris.
I am Jerry.
See ya.